Hello, welcome back to Hanel TV. Sawelo Boltina here. It's great to have you guys back. Today, I just want to start off with the rugby. I'll be making a video later on back on the football, mainly the La Liga, the Bundesliga, which also started yesterday. So it was a great day for the football yesterday, but today it's the rugby. This morning we've had the game versus New Zealand and Australia play with the thrashing victory for New Zealand. Score was 57-22. At halftime, it didn't look too bad. Australia was like really keeping up with the New Zealanders. They were showing patience. They were keeping it tight, making good tackles. So I don't know what happened in the second half. I think they just lost patience because there was just errors, including two interception tries by the center Rico Ioni, who did it last week. And then obviously we had Sivu Reese, the winger, who also did interception midway through the second half. But anyway, score 57-22. And that meant New Zealand retained the Bledisloe Cup, which obviously is a 3-match series that they play every single season. They've won 2 now. So the third one, which is in the Rugby Championship, like the one this morning, becomes a dead rubber in terms of the Bledisloe Cup. But Australia will be looking to win that one to try keep their hopes up in terms of the Rugby Championship. Although I doubt they can really compete even with Argentina and the Springboks. The 8 tries for New Zealand came from Cody Taylor, 2 of them. Rico Ioni, like I said earlier on, Brody Ritterlek, the big guy, which was quite a good try, team try. Adi Sevilla chipped in with 1, Will Jordan, David Havili, and the winger Sivu Reese, like I said earlier on, with the intercept try as well. Australia had 3 tries. Andrew Callaway, the wing, scored 2 tries. Tate McDermott also had a try. Like I said, it was the errors that led to Australia's demise. They just weren't patient enough like they were in the first half. So New Zealand just ran away with the game in the second half, just taking advantage of their the bad kicking. As you know, like there's no team better than the New Zealand, than the All Blacks when it comes to open play, broken play. They know how to really get into the gaps, with Damien McKenzie kicking brilliantly, including a 59-meter placement kick, which was a penalty. Incredible kick by the little man. Big kick. And of course, Australia had more possession. That's the reality of the match. They had more possession in the match, but they just failed to capitalize on their possession, with making a lot of errors and just being impatient in the build-up play, trying to get the ball out wide too quickly, which led to the 2 interception tries. But yeah, terrible start for Australia in the Rugby Championship. It doesn't bide well for them going forward. So New Zealand really in a strong position, excuse me, for the Rugby Championship, looking to win it. The Springboks, who are playing later on in Gqeberha, Port Elizabeth, are looking to bounce back from not even taking part in the Rugby Championship last year because of obviously fears with COVID, and obviously them not being prepared because the local league hadn't carried on during the COVID times. That match is at 5:05 South African time, or Central African time, whichever you may. And Kolisi was talking about how Argentina, they total different prospect to the British and Irish Lions. They not the Argentina of old, especially with Argentina having beaten New Zealand last year away from home. They've shown that they can really do that, and really compete at the highest level. Some people would actually argue that Argentina is actually now way ahead of Australia in terms of the pecking order in the Rugby Championship, because they've come really a long way. So Kolisi will be the homeboy coming from Gqeberha, and so he'll be looking to really please the South African fans, and especially the fans that are from Gqeberha, to say our boy is here, and he played a good match. And we know Kolisi was one of the best Springbok players in the British and Irish Lions match, the decider last week. Going into the rucks, making sure that the ball isn't released, winning us penalties in our own 5 meter line when we had our backs against the wall. So yeah, Kolisi really stood up, captain's game, and we're hoping that he'll do that again. Just to make sure that we have a good start in the Rugby Championship, because if we can have a good start here, it gives us a chance against New Zealand. With Australia, I kind of expect us to win that one. Not to be too confident, but they haven't looked like quite a threat. But the biggest threats to us right now is New Zealand and Argentina, who we're playing today. So I'm just going to go through the team sheet for South Africa, the Springboks. There's a change at the back with Damien Willemse expected to start. Spoonkosi at 14, Aphelele Fasi at 11, Jesse Krill at 13. We've got Frans Steyn at 12. With that experience, the 3 World Cup experience. And then we've got Elton Jantjies at 10, replacing Andre Pollard. We've got Kobus Reinach again starting for the Springboks. Jesper Visser is going to be playing his second games for the Springboks. He had his debut last week and he impressed. So he's got big shoes to fill, because he's expected to fill the shoes of Dwayne Vermeulen, the legend, the Titan. And of course, on the blindside flank, we've got the captain Siya Kolisi, who will be looking to be fetching, to be slowing down play, to be breaking down play. And then obviously on our open side flank, we've got Kwagga Smith at 7, who'll be carrying the ball a lot. We know he's got the history with the sevens, and that's where he started. So in terms of breakup play, we know that we've got a big guy who's got some pace on him, who can pick the ball up and just go for glory, really. He's really good at releasing as well in the tackle. So if he gets the ball, we must make sure that we've got our runners running alongside him, ready to release. For the finish, we've got Eben Etzebeth starting at 4, and then Luat Diaga starting at 5, the young man. At 3, we've got Wilco Low. At 1, we've got Oxenche. And of course, at hooker, the big one, we've got Joseph Dweba, who will be having his debut for the Springboks. He was supposed to make his debut in 2020, but due to the COVID regulations and the football and the rugby stopping, he wasn't able to make that debut. But he's here now. And of course, that's the guy who will be under the microscope now on the show. He's a multi-talented guy. He started off at center, then went to 8th man, then flank, and he really settled well at hooker, at the number 2 in the front row. He plays in France, Bordeaux, coming from Carletonville, local lad here in Joburg. Like I say, he's multi-talented. He's a runner, carries the ball well, good tackler, the dreaded man. He in 2019 he was the Currie Cup Player of the Year. So we've got a player who's really good, really appreciated by the powers that be in the rugby fraternity. So I'm really looking forward to seeing him represent the green and gold. I'll definitely be cheering him on. It's nice to see a local lad do well. But at the same time, we don't want to put too much pressure on him. It's his first game, but he's a man who's shown that he can take the pressure. He can carry the ball well, and of course he can take advantages of that broken play, just like Kwagga Smith. So it will be interesting to see who South Africa go for the most in terms of off the ruck, the pickup and plays. If they see a gap, who do they give it to, and to see if at a point Joseph Dweba gets the ball and Kwagga's next to him, does he back himself to do the running, or does it give it to Kwagga, and the other way around? Does Kwagga quickly give it to Joseph, who's got more weight and more power? And I'm not sure in terms of their pace who's faster, but maybe you guys can comment on the comment section below and let me know if you know, or just comment and see what kind of scoreline we'll be looking at. And yeah, man, it's really a game that we'll be looking forward to and we'll be enjoying. I'll be at the pub with the gents, and hopefully I can get some guys to give some opinions before the game and after the game. I'll be seeing if I can get some videos done at the pub, just to get a vibe in terms of the channel and to find out who thinks what, and you guys can get to know some of the guys that I chill with. We're really a sports mad group. So yeah. The Springboks have also decided to go for a 6-2 bench, obviously with the 6 forwards and the 2 backs, with Malcolm Marx, Trevor Nyakane, Victor Koch, Marvin Ori. We've got Marco van Staden, Dan Duprier, Herschel Yankee is one of my favorite players, really good with the ball in hand. Just like Kobus Reinach, he is quick to see the ball, the gap, and he's not scared to carry the ball. Small guy, but big heart and a big gameplay. Total, he's got BMT. I love that boy to bits. And then we've got Mornay Steyn, the veteran, who took down the British and Irish Lions last week. He's there to finish off the game if it's ever tight. Then we get that good kicker that's going to come on and get those 3 points for us and help us win the game at the end. Yeah, and I think that's about it for the Springboks. We've also got some Currie Cup games later on. We've got one coming up in about a couple of minutes, 1/2. CAT, Chelsea Sharks versus Toyota Cheetahs. That will be at Newlands. Is that right? No. Sorry. Chelsea Sharks will be playing at Kings Park in Durban. And then later on, at the same time, we've got Golden Lions, which will be playing versus the Bulls at Ellis Park here in Joburg. Then we've got Western Province later on at 4 p.m. Playing against the New Nation Pumas at Kings Park. So we'll be looking forward to those games and making sure that we support our teams. All the Sharks, Cheetahs, Western Province, Pumas, Lions, and the Bulls fans will be stuck to their TV. Obviously now fans still aren't allowed in the stadiums for the South Africans, which is really not cool. I really miss the stadiums. I miss the cheering. I miss having that beer in our plastic cups and just enjoying cheering on our boys from the sidelines. So hopefully soon we'll be allowed back in the stadiums. But of course we'll have to settle for the pubs, enjoy ourselves. But of course, with everything COVID, I always say just enjoy yourselves responsibly, keep a good social distance, and keep sanitizing, wearing those masks, and only take off your mask when you in the pub and having a drink, obviously. So yeah, that's the rugby day for today. I thank you guys again for checking out my video. I really appreciate it. Don't forget, subscribe, like, and always just keep checking to see any new videos. Obviously, if you subscribe, then you don't have to check. You get your notifications coming through. Again, make sure you comment on the comment section below, so I know what you're looking for. Let me know what you'd like me to cover in terms of rugby and any other sports. And yeah, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Have a great Saturday.